Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Aftermath series. Let us waste no time at all and dive right into this week's episode of Critical Role. So while we did have a bit more of another combat-focused episode, we did have a rather intriguing second half of the episode with a lot of backstory and just new information with Yahsa. And that's going to be the main topic of this episode. However, the only really other thing that I want to talk about is this blue fabric, and I suppose this extremely powerful Dunamantic potion that the Mighty Nine have. Now, the blue wool fabric could again potentially be someone they know, or it could just be someone new altogether. However, Caleb started to theorize, as I did as well, in one of the previous Aftermath episodes. I believe that someone from the Empire is attempting to cause as much chaos within Xhorhas as possible. And who do we know from the Empire that wears blue fabric clothing? Well, some of the members of the Cerberus Assembly. So, the potential origin of these rifts could be from one of the members of the Cerberus Assembly. Again, just speculation, we don't know for sure. That's just the theory that I am going to be running with until we get more information. And Caleb finally did identify the Dunamantic potion, and it was discovered that it is a more powerful version of the Mote of Possibility that the dodecahedron was offering the Mighty Nine. Now, obviously, if a potion of such power was mass-produced, this would have serious implications on the war, and these implications would definitely favor the Empire. We don't know exactly what the potion does, but Laura had said, oh, it's like a luck potion, and Matt sort of nodded, so we can only assume that the potion grants more opportunities to invoke advantage or disadvantage on oneself or on an enemy. Definitely a very dangerous potion to have mass-produced for any side of a conflict. The owners of such a potion would likely be the victors of any war. But because the dodecahedron has been returned to the Korean dynasty and the Mighty Nine still have the tripod, I don't see any more of these potions being created in the near future. And now we move on to Yasha's dreams that she had. A lot of symbolism in these dreams. Her standing on the mountain, the silhouette, the form of the Storm Lord in the clouds in front of her, and behind her, the bodies and remains of everyone she's come across and met in her life, and a strange, horned devil figure also behind her. The form of the Stormlord reaching out to her, perhaps trying to save her of what's behind her, of what's in her past. This connection she's had with this horned devil is the reason for her iron chains around her wrist, the reason for her fallen aasimar form. Whatever she did, whatever she agreed to with this horned devil is the reason for all of this destruction, the reason that she had to have been saved by the Stormlord. But she doesn't remember what she's done. Her memory seemingly wiped. Perhaps because of the trauma of what she's done, or perhaps for another reason entirely. But it is clear that she is in some sort of a binding contract with this horned devil that she does not recall taking place. And now the Stormlord is trying to help her break these bindings, trying to help her reclaim what is hers, reclaim her memories, reclaim her normal aasimar form, return her wings to their normal, natural state. Perhaps in her past, when Zuala was killed, she sought strength, she sought any means to get revenge on her tribe, and so she looked to this devil to give her this strength, and this devil had her commit terrible acts of murder, which caused her angelic wings to wither and fade to the undead state they are in now. But she doesn't recall any of this, and so the Stormlord is trying to restore her. But he knows she must do it herself. He knows that she must find the strength within herself to break these chains that hold her back. The Horned Devil taught her to channel her rage through the anger she has towards her tribe. Use that primal anger and rage to fuel her strength and to strike down those who dare cross her path. The Stormlord is trying to teach her to find her strength through other ways. Through her friends, the people she loves. For love is far stronger than any rage or anger that comes from death and murder. And once she can finally tap into that love, that strength, only then will she finally be able to break the chains that this Horned Devil has put on her. It'll be hard. It'll be a devastating journey. Perhaps more death will cross her path, but she must continue to move forward and just think of those that she loves and cares about, and hold on to that strength that it gives her. We saw that using that strength, she was almost able to break the bindings, and her wings began to restore. But she's not there yet. She needs to keep working at it, keep struggling. And hopefully, someday soon, the bindings will finally break, and she'll be restored, her wings alive once again. The rage subsided and changed to something more beautiful, something she doesn't have to fear anymore. Something she desperately wants and just needs to keep working towards. But for now, she needs to remain focused on the path ahead of her and trust and have faith in not only herself, but also the Stormlord to help guide her on this dangerous path. But with all of that being said, we are going to wrap up. What are your thoughts and feelings about this vision that Yahsa had? And what are your theories about these rifts that are forming in Xhorhas? Who do you think is behind it? I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next week.